J-Mac, what are we doing today?
Well, as the winter comes in to get us, we decided we wanted to get out and do some winter camping, but figured we need to probably get organized. So we got a bit of Hudson Bay start today. So we're just going to come out for one night, and we're also going to do a reconnaissance or a recce of the area that we're using for the Bear Lake Bushcraft Company winter camp in the Beaver River Valley. Just behind me, the sun's setting over the Beaver River Valley. We're going to have a really good time here today, myself and Steve. We're going to set up our tents. We got two different ones. You got an Atuk?
Yeah, I got a Atuk Kanguk 10x10, so the one you've seen in previous videos, and John's got a Snowtrekker.
Yeah, I got a Expedition short wall 4-person, so whatever that measures out, 12x10 I think. I could be wrong. Yeah. Get those set up.
You might hear some shots. We're close to the gun range, so we might hear a few shots, but that's all good. And we got buddy George and Shadow with us.
There's George. There's Shadow. You guys look at having a good time right now.
Hey George.
Hey. Well, we're losing light, so we should probably get going. Get our tents up and so we can sit around and have a relaxing time.
All right, let's unpack the truck. We're like we said,
it's not just a truck. It's Mobile One.
It's Mobile One. So we gotta grab all our stuff from Mobile One, and then yeah, we'll catch up with you later.
Appreciate.
Door on this side, I guess.
Okay. I'm having my door this way, so will be around here.
Yeah. It's awesome. This is the first winter camp we're doing this year. We're December 14th today, and it's just about what temperature was it? Like minus 50?
Minus 21.
Minus 21. Yeah, it was minus 21, so it's not like super cold, but it'll be nice to be in the warm tent, that's for sure. And we'll gather a bunch of wood and find a spot for a fire pit. The ground is really frozen solid. I brought these screw-in tent pegs, but I'm having a hard time to get them to catch. And it's already like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, so It's dark in like a couple hours, so we gotta get set up. Hey, buddy! Ah.
Yeah, this tent wasn't even in this bag when I started today. It was downstairs, waiting by the sewing machine for its.
What's that?
Well, I was getting, I'm putting a fucking, the stove, I'm moving a stove jack
Yeah,
to the back.
on the other side, eh?
Somewhat.
I want to have some good footage. Good footage. Gotta film the tent pegs.
Be like, what's wrong with those guys? And drive a fucking tent peg in.
We'll edit it. Oh, the freaking ground's like super frozen too. I think the camera is starting to freeze up. I'll finish setting up and put the chimney up and everything, and then warm up the camera so we can film some more. Woo!
It sucks that the ground froze, but it doesn't, you don't have any, like, there's nothing to tie off to.
Yeah.
Either, right? And there's no snow.
There's only, yeah, there's only the,
no anchor in.
yeah, you can't put that.
Got a pain in the ass sitting, trying to get it flat.
So yours goes in the corner. You want to have it in the back?
I want to
Like
move it to the
later
back.
on, yeah, move it to the back.
That's where I'll end up putting it.
So that it's not like close to the door, or?
Well, then all the heat and everything, and then look how much stack you get here. That's exposed.
Yeah, I guess it's
Right, you
close,
lose,
eh?
like, lose so much heat out the door.
Yeah.
Out your stack. Plug that off. Put one back there. And
Yeah, then you have like the whole chimney coming up, eh? That heats the tent too. This is, my setup is the same thing. It's close to the door, but it comes out there, so you got the whole chimney. But take this off.
I can live with that.
All right, well, set up the stoves and be good to go. How long, like, did it take us to set up the tents? Like about half an hour, maybe?
I'd say probably around the half-hour mark we were.
Yeah, half-hour mark. So
I'd say 45. I mean,
30
if we were
minutes.
working together, we would be done in.
yeah, maybe 45. But that's like we weren't working together. Like I know my tent, he knows his tent, so we're just doing our own thing. But yeah, like two guys who know the tent, you can get it done in like 15-20 minutes. But yeah. Why is your wood stove all blue and like it looks like a jet engine?
Because it's made out of titanium.
Titanium, eh? So it's got that color to it.
Well, That's the color kind of changes after it's been heat treated by itself.
Like it all fits one in the other, eh?
Yeah. Making sure I got all the right pieces sorted. That one's the one that goes on the stove here. Kind of as straight as I can get this guy to roll here. Close to.
Yeah, like mine, I have these like pipe fittings, but they're not really necessary. How much does that hold? Like
2 gallons.
2 gallons? Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, that's really good. Like
stainless or?
Yeah, that's stainless. The white stuff is just from the hard water from Cold Lake. Speed that up a bit.
Holy man, I didn't even need to bring my teapot.
No, that'd be good.
Hey buddy. Don't lick the lens. Like we're gonna have a nice sunset.
I think so. There we go.
That's a pretty unique spark arrestor, eh?
It is. And how he makes them too. They start off flat, and then a plasma cutter cuts all the holes, and then he rolls them, and then he welds the ends on. So it's quite a bit of work he puts into those.
Yeah.
But it's, like you said, very unique.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I've never had any issues.
Alrighty, just about ready to get my own fire going. no fooling around. We're not here to eat misery. On n'est pas ici pour manger de la misère, like my father-in-law says. So we brought some wood chips. I think these wood chips are from the ones I gave you, eh? Yeah, they are from the spruce bark canoe ribs. All those shavings.
Present that keeps on giving.
Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving. All those shavings that I did from all those ribs. I had something like 6 bags, like it was ridiculous, and I gave like 2 or 3 bags to buddy John here, and he's been using them light fires outside and campfires in the bush or even inside and whatnot. But yeah, it's super dry, super good stuff. And then this here is just a little bit of birch bark I just gathered. See if we can get it to catch a spark and then throw it into the stove. Good old handle tool. There she goes. The inside of John's tent. Quite the setup.
For one night. God, this.
Yeah.
There's not enough alcohol in these rattlers, they freeze up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I want to thank buddy John for coming out and camping and showing me his setup and his tent and stuff like that. It's really different from what I'm used to. Like, we usually walk out and then have like minimal stuff. Well, not minimal stuff, like we're still comfortable. We've got lots of stuff, but we're not, you know, camping outside a vehicle. I do it lots in the summer, but to do it in the winter with like all the winter gear is awesome. And like, I need, that's awesome just to have it like be on a higher level.
Well, it gives you a bench too. Like.
Gives you a bench, and then I'm sitting on this Pelican case here, but even that, like, at least you have something to sit on. You're not like right on the ground.
And I mean, that's obviously like, if we're going to be traveling any distance, but the idea behind this camp was to get us out for our first one, and then we can cut away some of the waste or the extra weight.
Yeah.
For when we want to go further out, but just to break the ice, so to speak.
Yeah, and
let's get out, and now we're out.
Yeah, and it's good to, you know, get reused to your gear and stuff. I haven't used my tent since last year, and even just the poles and stuff, I forgot, you know, the right length and the right length of cordage and stuff like that. So it took me longer to put it up. Plus, I usually go out with my father-in-law, and he helps out a lot too to set it up. So even if you're camping like in the backyard or you drive out to somewhere, it's good to get familiar with your stuff. Eh? But yeah, it's a good little setup. Good night.
I might even stay another night, just get up early on Monday morning and head to work.
Yeah.
I don't have to be there till 7:30, so.
Yeah, I got stuff tomorrow with the family. I gotta go, but I mean that's the thing. Once you're set up, like, you can stay there indefinitely. Yeah.
I mean, for half an hour's worth of work, really, that's the setup. I mean, now especially that you find a spot. I mean, I think for some of these spots, maybe next summer I'll maybe level some of these spots off. Because I mean, right across from here is our gun range for the Cold Lake Fish and Game.
Yeah.
And that's the idea. Is this? It's close to the range here for gun shoot, and then practice setting up for the big camp out.
Camp out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So John's putting up a big camp out. When is it? It's like January
31st. So for New Year's Eve.
December 31st till January
4th. So
4th, and it's out. It's all free. He's inviting a bunch of people to camp out with us, and it'll be awesome. I'll only be out for like one night, but you'll be out like the 4 days.
Yeah, and we might even get a couple days in earlier just to get set up. I would like to be kind of to this point completely set up, all the wood in, mine and Laura's spots all set up in the tent, so we can greet people and help them get set up.
Yeah.
Vice us trying to get on top of, and that gives us a couple days of solitude of just hanging out. And we got some close friends that might be traveling in from far.
Yeah.
Kind of get together over Christmas as well.
Yeah. So you have a Facebook page for your company there that's called the Bear Lake
Bushcraft Company.
Bear Lake Bushcraft Company, and yeah, you can follow John on Facebook out of the Bear Lake Bushcraft Company. And I have a Facebook page too, just Nomadic Woodsman, like the YouTube channel, but I'm trying to get more people on Facebook too. I post a bunch of photos and stuff, and like John, whenever he does like events or activities, he'll have them on Facebook. So yeah, it'll be another good winter. Hopefully we get some more snow. We only have like a few inches now, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes it easier to get in here right now. So I appreciate that we'll be able to go kind of explore in the morning there around this area a bit better. Maybe even this evening. Hopefully, I'm really hoping for a clear night.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, I haven't checked the map yet for Northern Lights, but I'm hoping that we might be in the Northern Light Zone tonight.
Yeah.
Because down in this Beaver River Valley, I wouldn't call it a dark sky preserve, but it's pretty good for
dark.
around here. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're in Cold Lake in Alberta, so it's like northeast Alberta, and like it's a small community, and like we get really nice night skies, but you can't really film it and really show it on the camera that I have, unfortunately. But it's still nice to get out and enjoy the outside and everything. But yeah.
Checking the map right now to see where our northern lights are. The Aurora map.
Yeah, we're not anywhere like really far back country. Like we're really front country, so we got phones and we're taking it easy.
But we're probably right here where we sit, close to 7K off of a small highway.
Yeah.
And it's all dirt road to here. And then I would even call this a bit of a goat trail.
Yeah.
To get into where we're at specifically.
Yeah.
But I mean, without the snow on the ground and everything's frozen, I mean, we literally drove through a swamp to get here. If that was any time of year, that truck would have been up to the axle sunk.
Yeah, and then so it's nice too. Like
you can see here.
You can be in Muskeg, no flies in the winter. So
I'm not going to get into the.
Not really good. No.
You can see where they sit, and we're here. So we're not getting any tonight. That's a pretty good tool.
Aurora for Northern Lights, eh? Yeah. What are you drinking?
Oh, just a Radler for now. I got a couple other things that I'm gonna sip on, but I figured something a little fruity to start.
I'm drinking White Raven.
It pretty much turns into a slush, like a slushie. We're good and set up now in here, that's for sure. Quite comfortable. You can see on the temperature gauge on the stove, that was another little thing I added onto the stove that I really enjoy. But we got that thing so hot one night, the stack, so the elbows are made out of metal, but the main stack's made out of titanium. And we got the metal so hot it lost its magnetism, so it got so hot the magnet let go on the stove, and we actually were videotaping, and we got it falling off. It's kind of a funny video because we're watching it getting hot, and the whole thing's like glowing. I can't believe the heat that you can put out of these 4-dog stove ultralight 2s. I'm very lucky to have a friend like Don Cavellis that helped me get one of these pretty quick, seeing as he owns the company. He helped me get this one, and it's he actually set it up for me at the Global Bushcraft Symposium in Bowdoin back in June. He brought it up from Minnesota for me, so it's been really nice. And then slowly, just little improvements you learn to do with your gear, and that stove right out of the box is super good.
What's like his smaller, like the smaller size of stove that he does? Like say like the smaller, does he have like a 9x9 by 18 kind
He
of
has
thing?
smaller stoves. I don't know like what he calls them. I went from an Alaskan, was it a Kni-co? Kni-co stove?
Kni-co, yeah,
Kni-co.
like just like mine, yeah.
I went from an Alaskan to the ultralight, and then I sold the Alaskan to a buddy of mine with another tent that I had fixed up for him. I love this tent. This is like you seen it. Like we both set up on our own today, and we were both, you know, pretty much at the same place. I think you got ahead of me in the setup, but I passed you in the stove setup.
Yeah, but I was also fooling around with the camera, so it wasn't like a true test. But really that's
racing.
But no, we're not racing. Yeah, we're just kind of. But yeah, I think like no matter your tent, really, like if you know it and you know what you're doing, like you'll get it set up pretty quick. But there's more like space for sure in this tent compared to mine. But I don't know for weight and whatnot the difference. But
well, this is 27 pounds for the stove, or sorry, 27 pounds for this guy here, and I think you're all together, all in between the stove and the tent, it's under 50.
yeah,
So that's
mine's around 40-ish, I think, maybe 45. So
well,
yeah, like
that last setup I had was a 10x10 prospector with an Alaskan. That was my original setup. And that was like almost 75 pounds.
yeah.
So this has been quite
With the titanium, yeah.
And I kept the stainless steel box that I had bought for the water jacket. I really like that because you got 2 gallons of water essentially hot all the time.
Like who makes those?
I bought that from Kni-co.
Kni-co.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that was, and I like to keep this here about, you know, because then it's not too hot and it's not making creosote, but it's throwing a lot of heat. And I mean, we're sitting here like
what's
25 below out with the door open. So
yeah. What's it at? It's at, what does that read, like 500? So yeah, you're right in your like burn zone. Yeah, that's a good little lat addition. I think mine, I'll show you. I'll have to show you guys. I'll show you guys my setup, how modest it is compared to John's. Like he's got the little lantern and everything at the top. That's a good idea. But so this is the Atuk here, and then I got it. Holy man, it's warm in here as well. I got it pretty much cranking too. I'll close the. I just want to get like some embers and some coals for later tonight, even if we're hanging out in the other tent. But yeah. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh,
tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good harmony at the end. That's what's important. Leave them wanting more.
That's cool, little strobe light going on. Got supper cooking. Yup. Better check out my zucchini here. Woo! Mo Bushcraft. George, what did you find? What did you find? What did you find? Hey, buddy. What did you find? Woo! You happy to be camping? You happy to be out camping in the snow? Hey, yeah? Yeah? You can run around. You can eat some good food. What'd you find? Oh, you found a piece of wood. Bring it in. Bring it in the tent. Party's on. See what we got here. Is it ready? I think so, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. How about these guys? Oh, beautiful. Olive fougasse. Olive bread. Some butter. Light crispy on the outside. Nice and moist on the inside. Okay, so we're debating if the pan's too hot or not for steaks. If I turn my light off, you can see that's glowing red. Pretty good. So, you can see where that is. But, oh well. I'm hungry.
No. I think it'll be good.
Think it'll be good?
Oh, do you got butter?
You want butter?
Well, the ice is already forming on the dog's water bowl.
Yeah, she's definitely warm. Can you throw 2 in there or what? I'd say they'd fit, eh?
I'd say. It's so tender.
Look at that steak.
Those pieces of steak that are so good. Tear it off. That was good steak.
Still got the Christmas lights going.
You could do a fire log channel. You could have just open up the door and put the thing and just be watching it burn.
Yeah, just put some Christmas music and film the fire.
curls should be able to be made in such a manner. That you can't even count them all. It's that tight. Looks like little funnels.
My issue is that, like, I make them beautiful, and then the next strike, I just take them all off.
There's a trick to it, eh? So when you get to there,
Like here,
no, so like
when you get to
you
the
get
end.
down there, you get that in there,
Yeah,
bend it away,
bend it away.
right? And then that builds a shelf, and do that a couple times in that same spot, and then it makes
You
like,
know,
a
like-
stronger point.
Yeah, they're like safer.
Yeah. And then you can really then curl into those when it's nice, because then you got a good backstop. And then one of the things is like to try to use the tip of your knife, the very curved part. You get the best curls.
Or
over
the
it.
tip, yeah.
And to go to plane the blade or plane the, you know,
Yeah, you just
prep
keep
it first,
the blade straight.
and then once you get it nice and cleaned up, and then only go back and forth. Don't go all the way around. Go back and forth, and only use like 3/4 of the surface area. Because when you go to stack them, you only need to have like 1, 2 for like the lighting area,
Yeah.
and then you can be pretty kind of. You don't have to be as picky with them. You can kind of just fire them out.
Yeah, I guess once, like, you get them going, like,
Well, they used to have it so that for the smoke generators that they would teach at Jarvis Lake to the pararescue guys and then the Sartecs.
yeah.
The Tom Roycroft, they used to make 50 of these to put inside of it.
Holy,
Well,
that
then-
must have started it.
Oh yeah, imagine like you start opening up stuff like this.
Yeah, I thought, like, I'd always use more of the, like, part of the knife that'd be closer to your hand just because it's more stable. But I guess there is more curvature there.
I get some students sometimes that ask a lot of questions. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Is it better? What angle? And I'm like, oh, you just got to kind of practice it and see what works the best for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it depends on the knife and your own kind of comfort too.
But it has everything to do with being as smooth as you can. It's about even pressure, and you're only trying to take the finest little slice off of everything. And it's best to, the longer the piece, the farther you can go back, the better you'll get curls.
Yeah.
I mean, you could snot up some feather sticks pretty fast. You can get going pretty good. It's I think it's important. Smooth is fast, right? This is slow, but it's smooth. But you get a better quality product, and then you got to think about, well, what am I making them for? Well, I'm making them to. I might need them to fire up the fire because it might get cold, or you know, and that's what I need them for. So I want this best product that I can get. These ones here, you can really speed them up.
Yeah, it's like once they have a few good ones to get it started, you can just
almost look like little palm trees or some sort of, you know,
Christmas.
But I think it's just fun to curl them. Like just to see every time. Because you get, like what else, what other thing could you get that's so easy to replicate over and over and over again?
Yeah.
That's like cheap, and then you get another try. Right? And that's the thing.
Yeah, it's like zero cost.
Yeah. It's like, oh, another try. Well, that one fell off. Right? And then it's, because I mean you're developing hand-eye coordination. You think about, like, if you know anyone, you're building new muscles, right? You're learning proper technique. You're
like
appreciating a skill better.
Yeah, you don't need much room. Like you can have just a little shelter and do that.
And I mean, you'll appreciate them.
Passes the time, yeah.
Like they make your life easier. It's funny. My grandmother, sorry, my auntie. She said, "Oh." She seen me making these, and I talked about them in a post somewhere, and she said, "You would have been your great-grandfather. Used to do those every night for the fire in the morning. He would have them curled up like this, a little pile of them.
Ready to go."
Yeah. Throw that in, that gets stuff moving. You know, in 50, you think about that on a course, right? You had to do 50 of them. Well, 50 would actually make you kind of proficient in doing it.
Yeah.
So, as a learning standpoint, like an intended learning outcome, if you think about that, that was a good drill because you knew then the student would be proficient in using a blade to process firewood. And if you did 50 of them, plus probably more. But I mean, they changed all that up now with the twig bundles.
I'll steal you a piece.
I'll give you a nice one. That's a nice one.
Should, like this size, like should you split it again kind of thing? Or it's pretty good.
You could,
size
but
already.
I think that you're gonna, because you're bringing it down at that angle, it becomes so small in the neck. I think that you get enough of them and concentrated in one spot that it's just enough. You know what I mean? Another thing too, like people go, "Wow, I can't do feather sticks." Well, but you know what? It's still a valid skill. So just then put your hat down and just
then fill it up with shavings.
shave it. Yeah, and then it becomes. And that's not really a lot of skill, but I mean, it may build skill. I can't even get them in the hat. I'm like shooting them all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, there we go. One in there. Greatest feather stick ever.
The greatest feather stick ever. The greatest feather stick in the world.
This feather stick, let me tell you, this happens to be a top of the line feather stick. Comes from a long line of top feather sticks. It was same tree produced the 1906 champion.
1906.
Yeah, they still talk about the 1906 feather stick champion because it's very rare for your community to actually win that prize. And the last time Cold Lake got it was 1906. Well, I think they're ready again.
The Great Feather Stick Championship.
Yeah, the Great Feather Stick Championship is coming back. Get in here.
What is up, guys? It is 11:50, almost midnight, so I'm going to bed. Got my tent, started the wood stove nice and hot. I think I can hear buddy John snoring in the other tent, so it'll be good to be here. So yeah, have a good night. We'll see you in the morning. And yeah, good night so far. Yup. Cheers, guys. Unroll my sleeping bag, and then I'll be ready to go. Well, good morning. My stove's dead. It's pretty cold in my tent, but John's up and running and got his stove so going, so I'll go have some breakfast, some coffee, and some water and stuff, and yeah, it'll be a good day. See what the weather is outside. Weather outside right now, -19. Not too bad. Alright guys, how you guys doing? It is, what time is it? Yeah, what time is it?
11:07.
It is 11:07. I got my tent all packed up and ready to go. We're just finishing up the packing here. So yeah, it was a good little quick overnighter. And yeah, do a little tour of the camp before we leave, and then that'll be it for the video. John, do you have any final words for the viewers? Not really.
Well, it was a good camp. Obviously gotta downsize some things. But yeah, it was fun to come out. Super simple. Just had some fun. Enjoyed the company, Steve, and we ate some good food. Had some beers. It was a good time. That's all I got to say.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. I like John's tent, the Snowtrekker. It's a different setup than mine. the bars on the slide come down with these pegs. Mine, I had it just set up and then propped up on all the trees. But yeah. If anyone's asking, this one's a Snowtrekker. I think the size of it is here actually.
Expedition Shortwall Crew.
Expedition Shortwall Crew, 10 by 13.
10 by 13?
Yeah, that's what it says, so. Alright, you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Cheers. See you soon on another video.